Okay, so another feature of Greenfoot that doesn't get um, discussed in detail usually in beginning Greenfoot classes is the string class. If you've done, like keeping score or, if you've done quizzes or something like that, you've probably used the string class. But I just want to go over it briefly here because we're going to be seeing more of it, and I want to make sure that uh, it's clear. At least we get we've get a glance of it before we go into the Coding Bat site. So let's go here, and I'm going to take a look at the Greenfoot API. And actually, if I haven't shown that yet, you get to the Greenfoot class documentation through the help menu. Okay, so one of the places that strings are used is in the Greenfoot class. And if you notice in the Greenfoot class, all the methods in the Greenfoot class start with this keyword static. So what that means is that, basically what that means is that whenever you invoke these methods, when you call these methods, you need to type in Greenfoot dot in front of the name. We'll show you that in a minute. But this, you can see this method ask has a string as a return type, and also has a string as a parameter. So let's just use this. Let's write a method. Make this a public string method. Let's ask somebody for their name. So let's call it ask name. And let's see. Oh, notice one thing to notice is this is perfectly fine to just type the word string, even though it says in here java.lang.string. So what this java.lang dot means is that the string class is inside a special portion of the Java library called a package. There are different packages in the Java library, and this one is java.lang. But all the classes in java.lang are available without doing any special import statement or anything like that. So you can just type string. So that's not really the issue here. What it says, if you can read when I'm hovering over the squiggly red line here, is it says missing return statement. We need to actually, because we have a return type, a non-void return type, we have to return a string. So you saw in the sum method, we needed to return an integer. So we returned the sum of two integers, which is another integer. Here we have to return a string. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to return the output of the ask method, because remember, the ask method returns a string. So I can just say return. Remember I said you have to say greenfoot.ask. And then my prompt will just be, what is your name? Okay. And let's see, let's try that out. So I'll put a new coding bat on here, and I will ask, what is your name? My name is TJ. Okay. And there it is, returns the string TJ. Notice that the string has quotes around it. Okay, so whenever you are creating a string directly in the code, you'll want to have quotes around it. There are other places where you'll see a string. For example, in the, let's see, in the Greenfoot image class. So, in fact, the Greenfoot, when you see the counter class, we can import that real quick here. If we do an import class and choose counter, the class counter, so there are a bunch of different classes you can choose from, but if we choose counter and take a look at that for a second, oh, I should put it up first though. So let's put a counter here on the screen, and I'll give it a prefix. I'll say score, let's say. Notice though, this says a string prefix. So what I have to do then is I have to put quotes around it. Score 0. Okay, so it types in that string. So the way that works is using a string class. And let's see if we can find it. So it gets initialized with a new string. If you type in a string, like we typed in score, colon, this is what it does. It gets a background image. It sets the prefix. So the name of this string, notice the name of the parameter is prefix, and this dot prefix is saying make the field prefix equal to whatever the parameter was passed in to prefix, and then we call update image down here. And update image, what does that do? It gets the Greenfoot image that's the background of the counter class. So basically whatever the image, you do a get image on the counter and it gets that image. Then for the text, it creates another image, which is the prefix plus the value. So that's the string that we passed in plus the value. And then it, and the name of that is text. And it does some munging to, make sure that the text is going to fit the image. And then it does a draw image and set image. So there's a bunch of stuff, and you can find these different methods inside Greenfoot image. So like there's, where's draw string? Yeah, so draw string is right here, and it'll draw the string at a particular place in the image. You can draw strings on top of actors, or you can draw them in the background. So there's a lot of stuff you can do in Java with strings. So that's just what I just wanted to make it clear that there are uses for strings in Greenfoot, because we are going to be doing a lot of work with strings in this class.